I just watched the first 3 episodes of season 2 of Reacher, and it was a breath of fresh air for modern cinema. Of my 3 points, I actually have some praise to give. First, the writers trust the audience to pick up on small details and conversations, leading to decisions and events that you can figure out in real time with the characters. In a time where most writers tend to telegraph their own perceived intelligence onto the screen, it's nice to have actual solid writing that doesn't beg for your attention. Rather, it naturally draws it in by having a coherent grasp on cause and effect throughout the storyline. One scene in particular that embodies this is when Reacher confronts and then assaults a New York police detective thinking that he was a notorious baddie. All the while, small hints were dropped as we see this detective following them that he wasn't in fact a hitman or a thug. There is a certain degree of satisfaction that comes from everyone in the room watching and coming to the realization that Reacher was about to make a big mistake. And when everyone's on the same page like that, I call that good writing. However, this actually leads me to a complaint that I would fix. Reacher Season 2 comes off as more of a loose cannon than Season 1. In Season 1, we saw him maintain control of emotional and intense situations by defaulting to doing everything by the book. He didn't make the mistakes. He waited for his prey to make the move or reveal opportunities to disrupt their plans. In Season 2, it feels like Reacher has taken actions without needing to, such as assaulting the detective when he wasn't visibly in danger or knew who it was that he was approaching. This could be a writing issue in the sense that it can be hard to juggle 4 important characters, but Reacher for the most part should remain the same. This is a small complaint as Reacher is 95% exactly the character Season 1 made him out to be. My third point is kind of dual praise and criticism, mostly praise though. The relationships between the main characters are well written. One example of this is when O'Donnell wishes for his personal firearm instead of the one given to him when gearing up. From this point on, the group teases him about how it wouldn't matter because he wasn't that good of a shot anyways. He tries to defend himself but falls short as the group continuously makes a joke out of it moving forward. The payoff comes a fair bit later, maybe even an episode later. I watched it all in a row, so it is a bit of a blur. The point being, though, O'Donnell and Dixon get into a tight spot as they take on 2 hostiles in close quarters. As the fight goes, O'Donnell makes use of his knife after being disarmed. And Dixon gets the jump on her opponent by getting her pistol back, but has no real effect when she realizes too little too late that he's wearing body armor and now she is out of ammo. Just as it looks like she is done for, we see O'Donnell lean and shoot through the bathroom doorway as he straddles the dead body of his attacker on the ground, saving Dixon. The tense moment is released in such a satisfying way as O'Donnell makes a quip about his shot and then they move on. It would be so easy to go with today's standard of picking on characters. Sadly, this tends to happen specifically to male characters as of late, but instead of that, they chose to elevate the familial bond that comes with being in combat together. It's always a better choice to elevate instead of degrade. An audience wants to see people achieve their best. The small flip side of this is that there had to be exposition to get the story going and introduce each character. It is what it is. I noticed it, but many other productions do it far, far worse. So what is my rating at this point in the story? Well, because I don't want to go too easy on it, and since we have a majority of the season to go, I'd say an A- at this point. It fits the genre very well and delivers a lot more than anything else like it. I highly recommend. Please let me know what you thought of it down below.